My name's Jim Overton. I've got a YouTube channel called Jimson's Stuff. I'm a maker. I have been all my life. I've right from school days. I make things, all sorts of things. I do a lot of wood turning, but I do a lot of wood carving and model making, mould making, casting, just strange projects, knife making, tool making. I'll do anything, but yeah, so I'd have to define myself as a maker. I've literally just finished it within the last half an hour, and it's this. This is a giant eyeball that I turned on the lathe out of English yew wood, and the lens in the front is resin, and the iris is done in opals and gold leaf. So it's yeah, very different, very shiny, and give you a better look at that. Okay. So that's my latest thing. Video should be up, well, in about 5 days' time. It'll be on YouTube, be on my channel. That's a tricky question to answer. My greatest tools, I know it's a bit naff, but they're my hands and my imagination, because without either of those things I'd be hopeless. But if we're looking at physical tools, tricky. It's the tool I've got in my hand at the time, really. But probably my Dremel multi-tool. I've used, well, I'm probably on about my 3rd or 4th Dremel now, because I use them so much I wear them out. But I use them for all manner of things: polishing, grinding, carving, all sorts. And I use them with a flex shaft on, and have them hanging up in my workshop. So over the years, that's probably been one of my favourite tools, one that's been used the most. In more recent years, probably my lathe, that's a close second. Yeah, my lathe is, you know, if we're looking at machines, it's sitting right here in front of me. My lathe is, I spend a lot of time on my lathe. It was bought as a tool to add to my armoury initially, but it quickly became quite an obsession. Another tricky question to answer. Quite often it's the project I've just finished, because you put a lot of love into these things, and I mean, some projects you fall out with as you're working on them, and by the time you're finished you hate the thing. But yeah, my favourite project, well, it's a bit of a toss-up really between the eyeball I've just made, because I'm really pleased with that, and it's very different, just very pleased. Or favourite turning project, I'd have to say is this, which is an Aussie burl, Marley, brown Marley, or Mally, I don't know how you pronounce it really, with a resin top. So I've kept the sort of natural edge, and it's a resin top that I've turned on the lathe. That's probably my favourite turned piece. If we're going on number of views on my channel, it seems like everybody else's favourite too. So that's my favourite turned piece. My favourite carved piece would be this, which is a Cape Buffalo skull, miniature carving. This part is English boxwood, and the horns are out of African blackwood. So yeah, it's quite a detailed carving, and it's a piece that I was just absolutely delighted with, really delighted with. Some pieces come out exactly as you imagine them in your mind's eye, and this was one of them. What skill would I like to learn next? I don't know, I've acquired a lot of skills over the years because I've made things and lots of different things. I haven't pigeonholed myself really over the years. The trouble is, each skill you learn, you acquire more tools and equipment and materials, and I have a very, very small workshop, so I'm reaching a point where I might have to settle with what I've got really, but I would dearly love to learn to weld. I would really like to get into metal sculpture and learn to weld. So yeah, that's something I'd like to learn more about.